Akihito, born December 23, 1933, about the sound English pronunciation, helpmiddle.info, is the reigning emperor of Japan, the 125th emperor of his line according to Japan's traditional order of succession. He acceded to the chrysanthemum throne on January 7, 1989. Name: in Japan, the emperor is never referred to by his given name, but rather is referred to as His Majesty the Emperor, which may be shortened to His Majesty. In writing, the emperor is also referred to formally as the reigning emperor. The era of Akihito's reign bears the name Heisei, and according to custom he will be renamed Emperor Heisei by order of the cabinet after his death. At the same time, the name of the next heir under his successor will also be established. Biography: Akihito is the eldest son and the fifth child of the Emperor Showa, Hirohito, and Empress Kajun, Nagako. Titled Prince Tsugu as a child, he was raised and educated by his private tutors and then attended the elementary and secondary departments of the Peers School, Gakushuin, from 1940 to 1952. Unlike his predecessors in the imperial family, he did not receive a commission as an army officer, at the request of his father, Hirohito. During the American firebombing raids on Tokyo in March 1945, Akihito and his younger brother, Prince Masahito, were evacuated from the city. During the American occupation of Japan following World War II, Prince Akihito was tutored in the English language and Western manners by Elizabeth Gray Vining. He briefly studied at the Department of Political Science at Gakushuin University in Tokyo, though he never received a degree. Although he was heir apparent to the chrysanthemum throne from the moment of his birth, Akihito's formal investiture as Crown Prince, Ritashi no Rei, was held at the Tokyo Imperial Palace on November 10, 1952. In June 1953, Crown Prince Akihito represented Japan at the coronation of Queen Elizabeth II in London. Then Crown Prince Akihito and Crown Princess Michiko made official visits to 37 countries. As an imperial prince, Akihito compared the role of Japanese royalty to that of a robot, and he expressed the hope that he would like to help in bringing the imperial family closer to the people of Japan. 4. Upon the death of Emperor Hirohito on January 7, 1989, the Crown Prince succeeded, Senso, to the throne. Emperor Akihito's enthronement ceremony took place, Sakui, on November 12, 1990. In 1998, during a state visit to the United Kingdom, he was invested with the Most Noble Order of the Garter. On December 23, 2001, during his annual birthday meeting with reporters, the emperor, in response to a reporter's question about tensions with Korea, remarked that he felt a kinship with Koreans and went on to explain that, in the Shokan Nihonji, the mother of Emperor Kamu, 736–806, is related to Moryong of Korea, King of Kch. Emperor Akihito underwent surgery for prostate cancer on January 14, 2003. Since succeeding to the throne, Emperor Akihito has made an effort to bring the imperial family closer to the Japanese people. The Emperor and Empress of Japan have made official visits to 18 countries, as well as all 47 prefectures of Japan. In response to the 2011 Tohoku earthquake and tsunami and the Fukushima I nuclear crisis, the emperor made a historic televised appearance urging his people not to give up hope and to help each other. The emperor and the empress also made a visit on Wednesday, March 30, 2011 to a temporary shelter housing refugees of the disaster, in order to inspire hope in the people. This kind of event is also extremely rare, though in line with the emperor's attempts to bring the imperial family closer to the people. Later in 2011, he was admitted to hospital suffering from pneumonia. 10. In February 2012, it was announced that the emperor would be having a coronary examination. He underwent successful heart bypass surgery on February 18, 2012. Marriage and family. In August 1957, he met Michiko Shota on a tennis court at Garozawa near Nagano. The Imperial Household Council, a body composed of the Prime Minister of Japan, the presiding officers of the two houses of the Diet of Japan, the Chief Justice of Japan, and two members of the imperial family, formally approved the engagement of the Crown Prince to Michiko Shota on November 27, 1958. At that time, the media presented their encounter as a real fairy tale, or the romance of the tennis court. The engagement ceremony took place on January 14, 1959. The Emperor and Empress married on April 10, 1959. She was the first commoner to marry into the imperial family. The Emperor and Empress have 3 children, sons Naruhito, Crown Prince of Japan, born February 23, 1960, formerly the Prince Hiro, and Fumihito, Prince Akihito, born November 30, 1965, formerly the Prince Aie, and daughter Mrs. Sayako Kuroda, born April 18, 1969, formerly the Princess Norai. Official functions. Despite being strictly constrained by his constitutional position, he also issued several wide-ranging statements of remorse to Asian countries, for their suffering under Japanese occupation, beginning with an expression of remorse to China made in April 1989, 3 months after the death of his father, Emperor Showa. In June 2005, the emperor visited the U.S. territory of Saipan, 15, the site of a battle in World War II from 15 June to July 9, 1944, Battle of Saipan. Accompanied by Empress Michiko, he offered prayers and flowers at several memorials, honoring not only the Japanese who died, but also American soldiers, Korean laborers, and local islanders. It was the first trip by a Japanese monarch to a World War II battlefield abroad. The Saipan journey was received with high praise by the Japanese people, as were the emperor's visits to war memorials in Tokyo, Hiroshima, Nagasaki and Okinawa in 1995. Succession File Emperor of Japan, Tenno, New Year's 2010. Play Media The Emperor of Japan, at Joadan Reception Hall, giving a New Year's address to the people of Japan in 2010. On September 6, 2006, the emperor celebrated the birth of his first grandson, Prince Hisahito, the third child of the emperor's younger son. Prince Hisahito is the first male heir born to the Japanese imperial family in 41 years, since his father Prince Akihito, and could avert a possible succession crisis as the emperor's elder son, the crown prince, has only one daughter, Princess Aiko. Under Japan's current male-only succession law, Princess Aiko is not eligible for the throne. The birth of Prince Hisahito could mean that proposed changes to the law to allow Aiko to ascend the chrysanthemum throne will not go through after being temporarily shelved following the announcement of Princess Kiko's third pregnancy in February 2006. The supporters of changes criticized the current law as it placed a burden on the few aging males old enough to perform royal duties as females left the family.